Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video because I'm gonna be talking about a time when some creepy guy followed me home. So this happened when I was, I think, 17, around 17 years old, and I was working at Dollar Tree, and I don't remember what time I went in, but I remember I would get out at 6 p.m. So back then obviously I didn't have a car, and the bus stop was maybe 2 blocks away from the store. So I remember the bus would pass like at 6:10, 6:15, I think 6:15. So I didn't have to like wait that long. Like I would literally just like get out of work and then walk to the bus stop, and then the bus would pass. So this time I was waiting for the bus. It didn't take that long, and I went in. In that, like, there wasn't that many people in the bus, so I was like, okay, whatever, you know. There's usually never that many people because it's one of the like last stops, so there's not that many stops left. So I went in the bus, and I saw this guy, just like this man, you know, with a blue hoodie. I remember exactly, he had a blue hoodie, like he had it on like it was a zipper hoodie, I remember, and he was like sitting in the back of the bus. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I always just like kind of look around just to make sure I'm not sitting next to like any creepy people, you know. And then I sat in front. I saw like in one of the couple seats in the front, and then I saw this guy walk towards the front to get like one of those schedule things, and he walked back. But guess what? He didn't sit where he was sitting. He sat right in back of me, and I was like, what the F's, you know. I was on my phone, but I felt like somebody was staring at me. And you know that feeling when you know when somebody's staring at you. Like I just felt somebody like staring at me like right here, and I was like, oh my god. When that happened, I already felt like weird. I was like creeped out, but I was like, okay, let's hope this guy gets out in the last stop. I mean, before I get out. So I get out in the last stop. If you guys are from around the Lincoln Heights, Cypress Park, whatever area, you guys know the bus, I think, was a 251. Sure, it was a 251. And you know that last stop is at the bus station, like where all the buses stay at, you know. So right there. So I got off in the last stop because that's the closest one to my house. So I got off right there, and he got off in the same bus stop. We were the last 2 people in the bus, and that's when I felt creeped out, because I was like, why hasn't this guy gotten out yet? Like, why? And I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I'm not that far from the house. I'm like a block, 2 blocks away from my house. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk. Obviously I have to go home, you know. At that time I was texting my sister. I got off the bus, but he was in front of me, so he got off first, and then I got off after. So at this bus stop I could go home either way. I could either go to my right and then down, and that would be, I would get home, or I could go through my left and then down too, so, and I can get home. So I could go either left or right. It would be the same distance to get home. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till this guy leaves. I'm gonna wait to see which way this guy goes, and then I'll go the other way, you know, because I don't want to be walking next to him. He gets off, and he gets off the bus, and then he takes a couple steps to the right, like 2 steps, and then he turns around. So when he like went back, like walking to the left, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go right. Then I started walking couple steps, like 2 steps, and he turned around and he started following me. So at that time I get a text from my sister, and my sister said, oh my god, I'm watching this movie. It's called, I think it was called Gone. It's about the sister that, I mean, there's two sisters, and one of the sisters gets kidnapped, and the other sister is trying to find her. And I was like, don't tell me this right now, because I'm literally creeped out because this guy is obviously following me. So the first thing I did, because obviously I had opened the text, I called my sister, and she was like telling me like about the story, like, oh my god, yeah, like I'm watching this movie, it's Gone, it's so good, you have to watch it, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, this is so creepy and this is so scary that you just told me this, because literally somebody is following me. And she was like, what? And I was like, I was trying to obviously like talk slow, soft, because I was scared that if he heard me saying something, like he would have just like literally like ran and grabbed me, you know, or something like that. So I was scared, and I was like, this guy is following me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna cross the street. So I was walking this way, okay, and then on the other side there's the street, but there's no traffic light. So I crossed. I mean, it was like yeah, there was no traffic light, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cross it. It's not like if I haven't crossed a street like that before anyways. So I was like, I'm gonna cross to the other side. I crossed the street, okay. Then I was talking to my sister, and I was like, okay, this guy is walking on the other side. Okay, that's fine. I feel a little bit safer, you know, because this guy isn't crossing the street. He crossed the freaking street, guys. And I was like, what the? I was getting to the corner of the street. And in that corner, I have to get down because that's my street. That's my street. So across the street back to the first street that we were walking on, we were in the corner. I had to go back down, so he went up. So I was like, okay, I'm safe. This guy isn't following me anymore, blah 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 blah. And as soon as I said that, I swear again, it's like he freaking heard me, and he walked down. And I was like, what the fudge? So I was walking fast, okay guys. I was like, at this point I was walking fast. If you guys, like, again, if you guys are from this area, you guys know Cypress Park, Pepper Avenue, okay. So this side there's only like the bus station and then the park, and this side it was all the houses. So obviously I'm gonna walk on the side of the houses, and this guy, I swear, he literally, like, I'm sure he freaking ran, because he was kind of farther away from me, but now he was literally right back of me. And I was like, okay, if this guy gets any closer to me, I'm just gonna go inside any person's house, and I'm just gonna pretend that's my house until he leaves. And as soon as I was walking down, I told my sister, okay, you have to go outside. You have to go outside. Please, just go outside. Don't come over here. I told her, because I didn't want like him to like follow both of us or something like that. I was like, just go outside the gate, open the gate, and just stand there and just make sure that he doesn't get any closer to me. And then she went outside, and then I'm like, is there somebody following me? And then she's like, yes, this guy is following you. And I was literally about to start crying, but I didn't, because I was like, okay, I was getting closer. I was literally like speed walking. This guy is still like riding back at me, and I was like, why? So as soon as once I was like a house or two away from my house or my mom's house, you know, I told my sister, as soon as I get to the gate, we run inside, okay? And then she was like, okay. And I was freaking serious by now. I was serious, because I don't know what this guy wanted from me, you know. As soon as I got it, we ran into the house, and I started crying. I literally started crying so bad. And my mom was like, what's wrong, blah blah blah. I was like, this guy is following me. She's like, what guy? And I'm like, there's this guy, he's wearing a blue hoodie. I remember he's wearing a blue hoodie, and he has a backpack with him. And then, so she went outside, she opened the door, and this guy is passing in front of our house. And then she's like, he passed already. And I was like, ugh. I was still crying, you know. And then as soon as he saw that I went inside my house, he obviously went back to wherever he was going. I just hope that he didn't go and do that to somebody else, because I'm sorry, you know. Anyways, I was inside my house. I was freaking out. My mom was just telling me, you know, calm down, everything's fine, you know, he didn't do anything, he's gone. But I was still freaking out. And then my boyfriend came, because at that time I think he was in a basketball game or something like that, I don't know, but he was in a game. And then he came home, and then I was gonna tell him what happened. And then my mom was there and my sister was there, and as soon as I told him somebody was following me, I started crying, so I couldn't finish the story. And then my mom, you know, had to tell him like, oh, like she got out of work, and then this guy started following her since the bus and all that. And then he was like, well, why didn't you call me, you know, you should have called me. And I was like, I called my sister because that was the first number that was on my phone, because I was texting her, so I just literally pressed that. And even if I had called you, I said you weren't gonna come because you were literally far away, so you weren't gonna be able to help either way, you know. Like, obviously you would help, like tell me what to do, but I feel like my sister helped me more because she was actually there, so she was able to see to see that he didn't do anything, you know. So that's what happened, guys. I don't know if you guys understood my story. I don't know if I did good at explaining this, but I really think it's an interesting thing that happened to me, and it's really scary. And I don't know what I would have done if I would have not been in my neighborhood. I don't know what I would have done if my mom weren't home. I don't know what this guy would have done, you know, if I don't know what his intentions were, because he was obviously following me. I don't know if he wanted to kidnap me. I don't know if he wanted to kill me. I don't know what he wanted to do. But it's a really scary thing when something like that happens to you, because you're like, why? Like, if you liked this story time, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more story times from me, also give this video a thumbs up. Or if you know me personally and we have a memory together, tell me down in the comments below, and tell me like, oh my god, do a story time about this day, and I will definitely do it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.